Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to this video that's going to be related to the move or transit of Pluto into Aquarius. That is all over the internet, it's all over YouTube, everybody's talking about it. All people that are interested in astrology are making a big deal out of it, and no wonder why, because it's such an important transit that's going to change the lives of everybody around the world, and that's including you. And so I commend you for being here today and for wanting to learn more about Pluto and how that's going to impact your life. Just a quick overview on how the video is going to be laid out. I will first talk about what Pluto is and then what Aquarius is, and kind of a quick summary of the collective level. And then I will talk about each sign and how Pluto is going to impact everybody. Keep in mind that I am doing Western astrology, and if you have a rising sign, sun sign, and moon sign in any of these, any of the signs, you can go over there and take a look of your sign and see how you're going to be impacted. So let's start. Okay, so first let's start with what Pluto is. Pluto represents transformation, it represents intensity, perseverance, success, obsession, research, investigation, loyalty, fixation. It represents shedding of old skin and starting a new one, but doing it continuously, not just once. It represents regeneration, sex, the underworld, death and rebirth. Pluto is also known as darkness before dawn. It's kind of like an introspection that leads to personal metamorphosis. Sometimes it's harsh lessons that eventually lead to healing. Sometimes it's known as a deep healer. And through Pluto you can feel the fear but also remove it afterwards. It's bravery, it's cold blood, and also represents mystery and secrecy. So that's what Pluto represents for us in general. Now let's see what Aquarius is. Aquarius rules technology, community, intellect, invention. Some astrologers like to look at it as ruling over social media, since you can reach to so many people and have communities online. It also represents computers, unity, revolution, rebellion, truth, breakthrough, and also science. And so this is a profound period in all of our lives that Pluto is moving into Aquarius. It's going to make drastic changes to all of the things that I mentioned. And I truthfully advise you to please take advantage of this transit, as you will come out of it more determined, wiser, and empowered in any area of your life that Pluto will be touching. I myself have undergone major Pluto transits, and it has truly taught me the most amazing lessons and has empowered me in every way you can think. I have gone through difficult transits of Pluto with my Venus, my Moon, MC, Jupiter, which are all personal planets, and also my Neptune, which is an outer planet. But I have learned profound lessons that obviously I would never forget in my life. But more importantly, Pluto has taught me that I can become extremely powerful when I remove all the possible fears. And I can heal from any situation, and I can transform all the areas of my life if I'm truthful to myself. So authenticity is something Pluto doesn't compromise with. It won't let you cheat, become lazy, or ignore it. It will force you to do it. And Pluto gives you self-confidence and a lot of spiritual strength, which are essential to achieve anything in this life, since everything works through energy. Okay, now we're going to start with Aries. Aries suns, Aries moon, and Aries risings. Pluto will be transiting your 11th house. You Aries love to walk alone, but this time you might get inspired to create something big that could shift you to more from, the lone wolf to a member of a large community. And later on, during this transit, maybe you could become a leader of a large community, depending on what your sole purpose is, of course. You could meet people and be in the presence of people who are powerful, rich, millionaires, billionaires, just wealthy people, but also powerful people. And you will feel empowered to explore your independence, feel free, and feel more like your authentic self, which you are already good at. But Pluto will help you emphasize that more. You could explore the online world as you're supported by Pluto now, and could also create a large online community and achieve a large following. Or, I'm sorry, the opposite could happen. You might feel the need to be more private and close down your social media. Pluto tends to give you that, secrecy and that privacy. Keep in mind that Pluto also creates power struggles and dramatic social shutdowns. So that's why you could be going on and off in your friendship circles, in your social media. But in the end of this cycle, you will end with a group of people that you can trust and feel most comfortable with. You will end up with friends who are loyal and, who you could trust with anything, honestly. If you have tensions created with your neighbors during these years that Pluto will be in your sign, just do your best to smooth out the situation, because it's not good to create big conflicts when Pluto is around. Overall, Pluto is in a harmonious aspect to your sign, and the 11th house is also a positive house, so this transit will most likely be a good one for you, unless you have like some hard aspects, with your moon, Venus, then that could reflect differently for you. One of my friends recently went through this transit, and in the beginning she faced a lot of power struggles with her close friends. She had to step up for herself and take her power back by also verbally fighting with these individuals to make them respect her. But once she overcame her fears in facing others with truth and bravery, these negative people were completely cut out from her life. And then new people started to come in, and also successful people started coming in. She started to hang out with rich people, successful people, millionaires, and even billionaires, and eventually she developed a faithful circle of people that she could truly trust and rely on. I just wanted to clarify one thing for you, Aries. When I said earlier that Pluto is going to be in your sign, I meant that Pluto is going to be in your 11th house. Okay, so now we're going to move into Taurus. Dear Taurus, Pluto is going to move into your 10th house, and it will transform your life forever for the next 2 decades. Because it is in an angle in your chart, and that means that Pluto will square your ascendant, will be opposite your 4th house of family and home, will square your 7th house of partnerships, and it will be in your 10th house, which is your career and public persona. This means that you will have some fundamental changes in your career. You might switch jobs, or their circumstances become so that you are forced to leave your job and find a new one. You might also be called to start your business, and in case you do so, you might become quite powerful and authoritative in your industry. You might also encounter power struggles with authority figures at work or with your colleagues. Nothing to worry here, as this will be for your own good. You might have some power struggles in the beginning, but eventually you will become more powerful yourself. Pluto is going to reward you if you have been truthful and ethical in all of your doings. Keep in mind that this is a very public house, so make sure to always do the right thing. Be truthful to yourself, and I guess always choose the right. You might also find out facts, stories, and information about your ancestors, homeland, or family members. Your home life could be transformed also. You could change houses, countries, cities, your entire home environment. It might feel uncomfortable in the beginning, but eventually you will be at a better place as Pluto progresses in your 10th house, which is opposite your 4th house. Pluto rules your 7th house of partnerships as a Taurus, so a partner could help you climb the social ladder, or they could just support you in your career. You could marry someone important, a public figure, a powerful person, or you could just partner up with powerful people. At work, remember to use technology, software, computers, anything that has to do with technology, as this will set you up for success. Because Aquarius is the sign of technology. You might become more private as a person and feel comfortable with it, as you now, are more sensitive to any negative energy that you might receive from other people, or when you are in the public eye. You might want to become like powerful, but you don't want people to really know who you are. So that's how that might reflect for you also. But Taurus, I want to tell you that you will be an entire different person after this transit. You're never going back to the person you are today. It would be funny, to come back to this video after this transit is over and to see how much you've grown and compared to how you felt today as you were listening to this. Okay, that's it for Taurus. Geminis, I am so jealous for this transit that you're gonna have with Pluto in your 9th house. Because when Pluto went into my 9th house, I had some of the best years of my life. I moved to another country, I got my degree, got my MBA, I got multiple certifications. I also became extremely religious during this time. I travel literally every week, and I went to different places, different countries for like multiple times, and met amazing people from all around the world. The 9th house is a positive house, and Pluto here is going to give you some profound experiences with people of all walks of life. I also dated people of different cultures, but that's because Pluto rules my 7th house. I also developed a lot of knowledge about, like I said, different cultures, traditions, religions, and I was very accepting for all of them. I would also say that I took some religious classes when I was in university, and I would just get so excited learning about them. So these are all 9th house themes, and you might get something very similar to this. You might feel inspired to share your knowledge and wisdom through online support groups, since Pluto is going to be in Aquarius. However, I would advise to avoid seeing the world with pink glasses. Try to be as truthful as possible to yourself. As you know, this is Pluto after all. It's going to bring some crisis here and there, but that's so that you can get some profound experiences for your own soul, and you can progress for yourself. You will undergo some dark moments, might feel also lonely and isolated, but Pluto guarantees spiritual liberation. It's also referred to the phoenix that rises from the ashes, so you might get that experience also. I think you will also explore new ways of thinking and be open to different perspectives. Pluto is trining you, Gemini, so just take advantage of this beautiful experience that's waiting for you. Next up, we have Cancers. Cancers, Pluto is entering its ruling house, the 8th house for you, where it feels the most comfortable. It will be a deeply transformative time for you, and you will come out of this transit unrecognizable. You will undergo some mindset changes and psychological ones that will make you a mentally strong person. Your investments could undergo some deep transformation. Just make sure you remain ethical in all of them. Be careful with paying your taxes and reporting them correctly. Also, make sure to have your insurances in check. Pluto rules your 5th house of fun and hobbies, so Pluto is telling you here to take serious steps into learning new skills, hobbies that you have always wanted to learn. It can just be anything. I would also suggest whenever feeling stressed or in a crisis state, as Pluto tends to do that, to always go to your hobbies and liberate yourself from the stress. You will notice if you have any people-pleasing patterns, and you will start to create boundaries with the people around you. You could also undergo separations and divorces and could choose to stay single for some time. Remember to avoid isolating yourself for too much. Pluto will bring transformation, which won't feel comfortable in the beginning, but remember that it will be for the benefit of your soul progression in this life and existence. Pluto is known as the great healer, the great liberator, and by the end of the transit, that's how you're going to feel. But by the time you get there, you're going to have some transformation going on, and I advise you to embrace it, take advantage of it, because Pluto is going to give you some willpower and strength to achieve this and become a whole different person after this 2-decade-long transit is over. Dear Leos, Leo suns, Leo risings, and Leo moons, please listen to me until the end of this description that I'm going to do for Pluto transiting your 7th house, because it might sound a little, dark and difficult in the beginning, but I promise it's going to be very rewarding and very empowering for you. So like I said, Pluto is transiting your 7th house of relationships, and you will have some profound changes in this area of your life. You will undergo some crises like breakups, divorces, and also have a strong desire for independence, for freedom and autonomy. You will likely want to remove yourself from restrictive and toxic people and surroundings. Like I said, it's going to be good. That's going to be very rewarding for you, because also Pluto will give you the power and the strength to do so. You will also create some strong boundaries and raise your standards into picking your partners. You might also undergo some feelings of jealousy towards your partner, or your partner could feel jealous of you in a possessive way. In the beginning of this transit, it will feel a little toxic and unhealthy, but eventually you will break away from this and feel liberated from it. Pluto is also the grand healer, and although you might undergo some difficult situations with your partners, this will eventually teach you to learn from each of them and heal yourself. Partners will really help you transform yourself and become very powerful and feel more self-confident. Your partner or, different partners during this long transit will teach you all kinds of things, and you will feel the empowerment coming from them. There might also be power struggles and some manipulations going on, some heartbreaks too, but eventually you will start to beat your own partner or partners in their own mind games if you encounter those. For you Leos, Pluto is transiting an angle of your chart, and this indicates that you will get transformed in your persona as well, which is your 1st house, since Pluto will be opposing it. You'll see transformation in your physical body. You might even prefer to wear darker colors for your outfit and develop a more mysterious aura for yourself. You could also feel career changes, as Pluto is also squaring your 10th house. You could change your career, start a business, challenge authoritative figures, become an authoritative figure yourself, or transform your career. As this is a square, it won't feel comfortable, but it will be essential for your spiritual growth. You will shed old skin and create a new one, and Pluto will give you the power and stamina to do so. Pluto also naturally rules your 4th house of family and home, so expect some discoveries about your ancestors, your old home, old city, or your family in general. You could change a house, a city, move in with a partner, or move out with a partner. Your home situation could undergo some changes and be transformed also. This is a beautiful time to really undergo drastic changes in your life, do things you've always wanted to do with yourself, your family, your career, your partnerships. And I guarantee you that by the end of this transit, you will never be the same person again. So please take full advantage of it. Okay, so next one up is Virgo. Virgo, Pluto will ask you to undergo some profound changes in your 6th house matters of health, service, day-to-day life, and job. You will feel inspired. You will feel inspired to inspire other people and empower them to improve and change their lives. You could be like a guide to others in doing so. You will have a natural instinct to understand and pinpoint what needs to be changed exactly, and this will also be appreciated by whoever you will be helping. Just be careful not to be overcritical to where it becomes toxic and too much for other people, but you will serve as a good guidance for others and serve them also. The 6th house is also the house of pets, so you could also have a pet that dies during this transit, and I'm so sorry about that if that happens, but it could also be that this pet could experience some transformation and change. This transit will also ask you to prioritize your health, transform your diet, switch to more healthy lifestyle, work out more, do detoxing, switch to natural foods that are not processed, and so forth. You will start to change any inconsistent sleeping schedules and any bad habits. I would advise to use technology to help you achieve these goals, such as setting the alarm, setting a goal of maybe like 10,000 steps a day, or just using any wellness and fitness app. Because, this is Aquarius after all, and Aquarius rules technology. 6th house also rules the day-to-day job, so you might experience some transformation in that area also. I would advise starting to use new technology and software to remain relevant in the job market. Pluto rules your 3rd house of communication and siblings, so you might also have a sibling that undergoes these transformations in their job or in their day-to-day life or in their health routine. You might also want to communicate to others the changes you are making in your diet and lifestyle that would be beneficial to them, since the 3rd house is the house of communication and the 6th house, the house of service. As this is Pluto, this transformation could start in the form of a crisis. You might get health issues in the beginning that you are forced to address and change. At first, you might resist it, but eventually Pluto will force you to make the necessary changes, and you will come out of this transit with more knowledge, new healthy habits, and a better understanding and way of lifestyle that will be extremely beneficial to you. One of my friends that underwent this transit went from being overweight to becoming a workout social media influencer. She educated herself to read food labels, understand what foods do to your body, kind of understand like what proteins they have, vitamins, minerals, and so on. She started working out obsessively and started looking very, very good. So be careful here with over-obsessing, because they could also cause some issues. Moderation is always the key. But by the end of this transit, she was looking way younger than she did before, and she was fully regenerated and transformed. The good thing with the long Pluto transits is that you can never go back to who you were before, so please build healthy habits and educate yourself, as whatever you establish with a long Pluto transit will remain with you after Pluto is gone from this house. Next one is Libras. Libras, this is a nice house for you. You will be called to transform the way you approach to your hobbies and natural talents. You will be called to empower yourself through creative activities, art, entertainment, painting, craft work, or anything that interests you, by dedicating more time to these activities and by leaving behind things that stress you out. If you are a parent, you will start to spend more time doing your hobbies and seeing that as it's a way to release your emotions, and it will become psychologically beneficial to you. Your 11th house of friends and community will start to have some transformation as well. You might start understanding your friends better and noticing their true intentions. You could develop stronger bonds with the ones that you share more things with and feel more comfortable around them. Since Pluto rules your second house of personal income, you could see more money coming in through your hobbies, things that you like to do, through artwork, anything that's similar to that. You could also be seeing more sales and gain more popularity in any area of your hobbies that you are more invested in. Okay, now we have Scorpios, Scorpio suns, Scorpio rising, and Scorpio moons. It's been a tough 2 years for you Scorpios, but now it's time for more transformation in your life as Pluto is transiting in an angle in your chart in the 4th house. So you could be seeing some changes in in your family and home, but also in your physical body, in your career, and also your partnerships. You will start to have a strong desire to transform your home and the place you're living in. You could move homes, cities, even countries during this transit. You could have family situations that change, new members joining, other members leaving, either through death or just moving out. You might obsess over investigating genealogy and learning new things about ancestors, uncles, aunts, and really reflect on the impact that they have had in your life. And you can also use this information to empower yourself. Please be mindful and careful of who you allow to nurture you, as this transit will affect your identity and who you are, since Pluto is also your ruler. You may feel motivated to buy a new home, and Pluto will give you the stamina and persistence to achieve your goal. You could also add new technology in your current home, as Aquarius is all about technology and innovation. Pluto transiting your 4th house also triggers your 10th house of career and public figure. You could have a breakthrough in your career. You could have some challenges with authority figures, power struggles. You could leave a workplace or go to another one. Your partnerships could experience transformation and challenges as well. Just be careful who you cooperate with, avoid weird people, and make sure to stay ethical in all your doings, because Pluto triggers that public side of your chart. Although Pluto gives you some challenges in the beginning, I would say that it's a very transformative planet, and by the end of this transit you are definitely going to be a different person. You will grow in so many ways and also heal, as Pluto is also known as the grand healer. So yeah, Scorpios, please enjoy this time. Okay, now we have Sagittarius, Sagittarius suns, risings, and moon. Pluto is transiting a more positive house for your chart, Sagittarius. It will be transiting the 3rd house. You will experience transformation and changes in the way of how you communicate with other people. You may want to learn new skills and earn a few certifications, as the 3rd house rules certifications and the 9th house rules degrees. You will develop a deeper understanding of people's nature and learn how to communicate with them in a way that is deeper and more profound. This is also the house of siblings, so you could have a sibling that undergoes a lot of changes in their life. You could also make more short distance trips and have profound experiences in these places, which will give you a deeper understanding of life, the universe, the higher realms, and hidden dimensions, as you already have a curious mind, and also because Pluto naturally rules your 12th house. You could also choose to share these experiences with others and communicate them freely. Be careful to avoid power struggles with people close to you and in the way how you communicate with others. Avoid gossiping and try to keep a cool profile, as Pluto doesn't forgive. Make sure to use technology, as this is Aquarius after all, to communicate with friends, family, siblings, and anyone that you would like to share your knowledge with, but just be cautious with it. Okay, so the next one is Capricorns. Are you already feeling relieved, Caps? You made it through decades of deep transformation, not only in your personal identity, but also in your home, career, and partnerships. I'm just so proud of you for making it through a not so easy transit, especially with the conjunction you've had with Saturn just a few years ago. The end of the tunnel is finally here, and I know you're here for it. You will still undergo some major changes, major transformation, but now in your second house of finances, self-worth, and personal values. You will see drastic changes in your finances, working to get financial security, expand credit limits, accumulate wealth, and just become wiser with managing your finances. At the beginning of the transit, Pluto will force you to pay off debt and then become financially liberated from them. It might come in the form of a crisis, but you will definitely become wiser with your cash flow and how you manage it. Just be careful not to get over-obsessed with increasing your cash flow and to remember to enjoy life and the beauty around you. Some of you could really work on retiring in the next 20 years. You might start to appreciate vintage items, older things, antiques, and also start to collect them since this house is naturally ruled by Taurus, which appreciates good quality things. I would suggest to do it as a Taurus and invest on things that are nice, durable, and of high value. Pluto rules your 11th house of friends and network. Also, you might have already seen some changes in your relationships with others as Pluto leaves your first house. That also triggered all of your partnerships. But now as Pluto is moving into your second house, you might be able to earn some money through friends and connections. Take advantage of this period as Pluto will be extremely rewarding, and as long as you keep it ethical, truthful, and honest, you are going to be transformed in a way that you are not going to recognize yourself anymore. So yeah, Capricorns, take advantage of it. We have Aquarius. Aquarius, Pluto is transiting your first house, and of course you are the most affected sign of all of them. And because Pluto is transiting the house of identity and self-image, you will experience profound transformation and changes in yourself, but also in your partnerships with people, in your family and home, and in your career, as Pluto will be in an angular house of your chart. Pluto will help you become empowered, gain status and popularity through deep, intense transformation. You will shed old skin, build new one, shed it again, and build it up again. Pluto will teach you that it is essential to reinvent yourself over and over to be able to get where you want and to become the person that you want to become. You will feel extremely driven, obsessed, determined to change yourself and reach out all of your goals. Please keep in mind to be ethical in all things, truthful and honest, as Pluto will reward you for what you put in. Listen to the people who love you and care for you and take care of your emotional, physical, and mental health. Pluto naturally rules your 10th house of career and public reputation. It is extremely important here to keep in mind that your career doesn't define you and that you and your soul are way worth more than any material achievement. Avoid getting over obsessed with taking your public persona at heart and fully identify with it, because Pluto is not going to support that. Pluto wants you to work on reinventing yourself and remaining authentic and truthful to who you are, what your soul is, and to value yourself just for that, just for who you are. So I hope you really enjoyed this transit, Aquarius, and take advantage of it, because it's going to be a once in a lifetime type of experience where you can reinvent yourself and transform yourself. Okay, lastly, we have Pisces. Pisces, Pluto will transit your 12th house, and you will undergo some beautiful psychological transformation as Pluto moves into your 12th house. You will start to understand any unhealthy patterns with yourself. Will go into deep meditations, do deep research to understand your psychic. your inner world, the universe, and other dimensions. Please don't sleep on the 12th house, because this is the house that connects you with the universe or God, whichever you believe in. And you have the chance to manifest a lot of things, as we have, learned the past few years that everything works through energy. So Pluto in this house will teach you how to dive into that energy and learn how to manifest so that you can use everything into your benefit. This transit also triggers your 6th house of health, day-to-day life, and pets. Pluto will ask you to remove unhealthy habits, build new ones, remove them again, and build new ones again until you get to the person that you are meant to become in this world. Be careful with your health, change any unhealthy diets, and make sure to sleep at full hours at night, because Pluto will want you to stay up at night, researching and learning about things, since it's going to be in your 12th house. But Pluto will also give you the determination and power to breathe through any unhealthy patterns, be it psychologically or physically. So yeah, just take advantage of this time. You will also reflect a lot on yourself and dive deep into understanding all of your choices in your life and how they led you to where you are today. You might want to work behind the scenes, meet powerful people away from the public eye. You might need to face your deepest fears, but that is because Pluto wants you to develop your soul and remove anything that could be holding you back into achieving who you want to become. Okay, so that was it for Pluto in Aquarius. I will see you guys on the next video.